Now, there are lots of positives, right? We already talked about Ramondre. We go a little bit more in depth about that. Ray, I want to know viability, right? Jacoby Brissett, his stats, they're not great, but 15 to 24 for 121 yards, no picks, no touchdowns. How many games can they win with a quarterback stat line like that?
I still don't think it's many because what my thing is, and this is all contingent on the line holding up, right? But 15 to 24 for 121. Once again, unless the defense continues to play lights out like they did yesterday, that won't be a recipe for success, right? Like that's for any quarterback, right? That's just how it goes. But listen, the 7 rushes for 32 yards were more impressive than anything else. He extended some drives. As Sherrod Mayo said, he's the slowest black quarterback in the league. And I'm like, that's a fact of life. I was like, absolutely. I don't know if that was AI or not, but we said it like it's a fact. So yeah, I mean, listen, him extending some plays where it was the biggest thing. Thank God that Hunter Henry, didn't give up on that play in the end zone because that would have been the only negative play that he had in yesterday's game. But yeah, I mean, in the long run, it wouldn't be something that'd be sustainable if he played like that. But if you only speak it to him being mistake free and then being smart with the ball, then yeah, if he's gonna do that, then yeah, they have a shot. But on the surface, 15 to 24, 121 is not something where you look at him as a threat running the ball. I mean, passing the ball.
Now, I just got to correct before I go to Dave. On the sheet, it does say 1 sack for 1 yard, so they did let up 1 sack.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
DK. So this isn't a guy making his first career NFL start and throwing for 94 yards, right? Like this is a 10-year vet coming into a situation where he doesn't have a ton of weapons. Their leading receiver had 31 yards catching. How sustainable is that type of offense?
Well, I mean, I guess you could take either view. You could sort of say the conventional wisdom in the NFL is that your quarterback wins you games now. In order to win a championship, you need an elite quarterback, and more if there's an elite quarterback involved in a championship, he's probably going to win. I didn't see any elite quarterback play happen in this game on either side of the ball, so you can win a game a different way when that's the case, right? I think the same was true of the Bears game, and I think the same was true of the Steelers game. So you have 3 QBs this week that posted no touchdowns, no offensive touchdowns at all for 2 of them, and a dub, right? So I don't know. The chances are this isn't a new day in the NFL where that's going to start happening all the fucking time. I started to think like, could I mount that as a point here, as a hot take? But I mean, no, like clearly not. Like if Patrick Mahomes played any of the like you guys, us, or the Steelers, I don't know. I don't know if it goes the same way, right? So non-quarterback play at an elite level being sustainable as a winning team, probably not. But I did see a lot I liked out of him, to be honest, and in a situation where he's there to buy you time and help develop your guy. So, I mean, all he needs to do is his job running the offense. And quite frankly, like as a fan of a team that's been doing, move the ball well on the ground, stop the run on the other side, and like don't let him kill you, football for my whole life.
115 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like it. Personally, I like when teams win like that. I like when defenses are good. And I see that across. There's parallels across like 3 major teams in my life. The Patriots, for obvious reasons, are a major team in my life where I grew up. You guys, the show's theme. My wife being a Steelers fan, and my team, like there was a lot of like put your nose to the ground and fucking win kind of stuff happening yesterday with all of our teams, which I really appreciated. Is it sustainable? No, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Brissett as your QB. Like that's never going to happen in a million years. I will eat my own dick if it does. But all upside for the coaching staff. Like I said, I mean, that's what you're looking at right now. If they can get him to do a job, that's a big deal. It's part of the reason why we brought in Waldron at offensive coordinator on the Bears is he had that year with Geno Smith. Yep. It's that thing of like, oh, you can like, you can mold a QB. You can get a QB to play at a certain like level of play. Like that's so big for what your guys' future is over the next 10 years, because what they're proving right now is we're not going to get Drake Maye killed, and we're not going to break his brain, and we can probably make him good because look what we're doing. Yes, veteran, and I agree. He's going to come in with like a different mindset, and he's not going to get like wigged out. But I mean, I just like to look at what I saw, like structurally.
Yeah, it just looked like a game plan, like an actual NFL game plan, something that we haven't seen.
Which I know
in
you've been
England
foreign to
in
you
2
guys
years.
for a couple of years, which is strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I've been there.
So, but like we were railing on Alex Van Pelt the entire offseason, the entire preseason, and he looked to have a competent offensive strategy against Cincinnati.